Hey folks, how you doing? This is the 2nd of April 2014. I am so glad you're listening to this short podcast. I usually do an hour. I'm just going to do a little short one, a little brief. It's not going to be long. It's just lots of things going on I've seen in the news recently. And the two big things that I want to mention are Common Core. What the hell is that? I've looked at how they've conceived this long before they introduced it. I've watched how they've implemented it in our schools, and you can find images and information if you Google it. Or matter of fact, don't even Google it. Just go to startpage.com, punch in Common Core math examples, and then click images, and you're going to sit there and blood's going to be squirting out of your eyes because the insanity of all this stuff, okay? So I've got certain elements or certain pictures that I've posted from those examples, and I can tell you this much, that Common Core is worthless. It's a piece of crap. You need to get it out. Whatever happened to the simplicity of 1 + 1 = 2? Whatever happened to the simplicity of you have five red balls and you take 3 of them away? How many do you have? I mean, whatever happened to 1 times 1? Whatever happened to, the simple concepts of math? Because in my book, folks, 1 + 1 still equals 2. 2 + 2 still equals 4. 3 + 3 still equals 6. 12 times 12 still equals 144. There's no need to throw, well, Sally had 4 buckets and Phil had 3. How many do they have all together? No. Don't do that. I've been through all that, and so have you. You went to school. You remember those story type, math problems? No. Now, they talk about reasonable things, reasonable answers, reasonable, things like that. Let me give you an example. It's up on, and I'll share this on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page, the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page, to give you an example of what they're teaching in Common Core. This is just one example. You can find your own. Go to startpage.com, punch in Common Core math examples, and then hit images. You can find this one there as well, probably. But it shows find the sum. Use front-end estimation to check that each answer is reasonable. First of all, estimation. The root word is estimate. You know what estimate means? Guess. That's what it is. Go look it up. Dictionary.com, punch in estimate. And of course, reasonable. Check that each answer is reasonable. Not exact, not correct, not accurate, but reasonable. Example, find 354 plus 291. That equals 645. By the way, you can do this on a calculator. But here's what they are saying. That first part's easy. Find 354 plus 291. That's simple. Okay? That winds up being 645 is the answer. Now, below that in the picture, if you're looking at it on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page, it says 354. They have an arrow that goes down to the number 300. Next to that, they have, next to the 354, they have the plus sign, and then they have 291. Below that, with an arrow pointing to it, they have 200. So they have 300 plus 200 equals 500. The estimated sum is 500. No, that's the correct sum. That's not the guess sum. That is the correct sum. The answer, 645, is reasonable. What? No, it's not. Because that's all confusing. You're probably sitting there going, I'm so confused now. Yes, you are. Go look at the example. Go find the examples on your own. Also on the Wayne S. Pierce Show, Facebook page along with that. If you, let me go to the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page and I'll tell you. You have, I didn't share the videos, but there's a video at activistpost.com. Just click on the, it'll say see more right there on that post on the Wayne S. Pierce Show Facebook page, and it'll show the Activist Post 2013 /8/ shock video new Common Core Obama math. Yes, exactly. There you go. So check it out. It's just, we need to get this crap out of there. Our kids need to know 1 + 1 = 2. Okay? Your children need to wake up one morning knowing that they can graduate high school, not throw their hands in the air and go, I just don't know, I'll just quit school and get on the system, because that's what they want. They want your children to be so stupid that they have no other choice but to get menial work. You know, as I put up there on the original post before sharing it on the Wayne S. Pierce Show site, I put estimation plus reasonable equals, would you like fries with that? Because that's exactly where you're sending your kids into these menial jobs that just have absolutely no future. Okay? Absolutely no future. I don't know what to tell you anymore, folks. I really, really don't. I'm sharing some more stuff on the Wayne S. Pierce Show site, and you know what? It's gotten to the point now where it's gotten to the point where you as the parents, you as the leaders, you as the people who think correctly and accurately and positively, and you, those people with balls and backbones and know that we live in a tyranny and that this country is falling apart, you people who are aware need to stand up and yell even louder now. You need to get out there and do what needs to be done. You need to make waves. I got to tell you that. Because if you don't, we're screwed, folks. We are absolutely screwed if something doesn't happen, if something isn't done. And I'm not saying go out and purposely, start beating people up or turning over cars or rioting in the streets, although that is going to happen in some cases. But I recommend and I suggest and I highly suggest that you go out in civil disobedient fashion and tell these politicians to either resign or do exactly what the people want them to do. To get away from their bosses of the New World Order, from the Bilderbergs, from the Rothschilds, from the Rockefellers, get away from the CFRs and the Trilateral Commissions and start doing exactly what their conscience is telling them to do if they have a conscience left, and do what is right of, by, and for the people. Because if they don't, then we, the people, will make the changes necessary to direct this country into a more positive, more free nation. And no one on the left, no one in the Marxist categories, no one as a dictator in this world wants America to be free. No one. Except for the people who are like me, who are freedom-loving, constitutionally bound people who will take on any tyranny in this country, and we will kick its ass. I don't know how many people out there really understand the importance of standing up for your own personal rights and standing up for the freedoms of this nation. I don't know how many people there are out there, so I want you to contact me. freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. And if you're listening to this on the Wayne S. Pierce Show .weebly.com site, I want you to email me through there too. I'll get your emails. You can contact me. By the way, you can also tweet me at RealWSPierce on Twitter. Go to Twitter at Real W.S. Pierce and send me a tweet. I am sick and tired of our schools dumbing down your children. I am sick and tired of seeing how things are transpiring right in front of our eyes into a more collective mindset, into a collectiveness, into a Borg-type system. Borg, remember that? You Star Trek fans out there know what I'm talking about. Problem is, we are not going to assimilate, and their efforts on the left are going to be futile, if I don't know how to pronounce that word sometimes, but they're going to know that we the people have the power and we're going to take back America, and if they don't like it, well, they can just kiss my ass. Yes, I'm angry. You bet I'm angry. And it's going to take patience, it's going to take fortitude, it's going to take civil disobedience, and it's going to take the realization that we can get angry and create a lot of problems, but we have to be at peace within ourselves, knowing that those jackasses on the other side are out to kill us, and we need to do everything we can, as cunning as a snake and as loving and gentle as a dove, to make sure that things change. And if we the people cannot understand that very simple process, then we've already lost. But I don't believe we have. I don't believe we have lost. 75+% of people in America know we now live in a tyranny. We now know, everyone knows that there is a problem in this country. And the propaganda machines of the state-run media have ramped up their dissemination of their propaganda to press us to calm down, to just, here it is, here's the real problem, here's the... No. You people need to get a clue. You people need to get up off your butts. You people need to go out into the cities, and you need to make waves. You need to hang signs on overpasses. You go to overpassesforamerica.com or .org. Well, let me just tell you what it is. I don't want to give you the wrong address, so I want to, clicking the wrong button, folks. I want you to, 4a.org, okay? Overpassesforamerica.com. Go to 4, that's the number 4, a.org. Go do that. Go to your local We Are Change, organization. We have one here in Nevada. Actually, go out with your friends and family and go out into the street. If it's you and your family alone and no one else is around you, hold up those signs. Get rid of Common Core. Get rid of everything that is destructive intellectually in this country. Get rid of everything that is destroying this nation from within. Get rid of the cancer of these New World Order operatives we call our supposed leaders and supposed politicians. They're bought and paid for, folks. There is no left or right. There is no Democrat or Republican. There is no liberal or conservative. It's all one party that is out to play off the controllers of these people that we call our leaders, is playing off these people with one another. It's like a massive chess game in Washington, D.C. But they're using that in a larger scale to take away your rights, to take away your ability to teach your children what they need to know, to take away your ability to grow your own food in your own yard or on your own farm. They're doing this, folks, and I'm not just saying this, oh, you're a fearmonger, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist, oh, you're this and you're that. No, I'm not. I'm being real with you, folks. This is what is happening. And if you can't see this for yourself, I don't know what to tell you. If you cannot go out and examine this on your own and look at this, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Because it all begins with you teaching your children what is right and wrong. I just heard, I saw an article where a military person, military guy, family, all that, his daughter wouldn't clean her room. Her room was a mess. Wouldn't clean her room. So, while his daughter was at school, he took all of her bedroom, set it up in the front yard, and made it look like it was a mess, and it was a mess and all that. Yeah, the child was a little upset, but the father had to get drastic. Well, I don't think that child's going to be having a messy room anytime soon, I do believe, and I think that the embarrassment of that child is more than the anger that child has for the parent. You have to get drastic. You have to get into the face of these leaders and say, look, I am this, I am that. You are not going to change this. I am a free, liberated individual with a mind. I am who I am. I am free under the Constitution of the United States of America, which protects my God-given rights to have a weapon and protect myself, to have free speech, freedom of expression, freedom of religion, and that's the way it is. And if your leaders cannot understand that very simple concept, they don't need to be your leaders. We have a midterm elections coming up, which, of course, I'm telling you right now, your votes aren't going to count for squat. So they're going to select people to be in those offices to take the place of people that they feel are damaged. Who are they? Trilateral Commission, Council on Foreign Relations, Bilderberg Group, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, George Soros types, people like that. Yeah, I'm angry, folks. I'm not so much angry with you. I'm just angry and frustrated at the fact that this system is breaking down because of people like people on the left and people like some of my friends who say, well, I know what's going on, but there's really nothing I can do about it. Yeah, there is. If you have two legs and you can walk down to the corner of where you live, or you can walk a couple of blocks away from where you live, you need to hold a sign up. Hold a sign up. You need to hold that sign up as high as you can possibly get it, and you can tell people why you are holding up that sign. And if police come by, you say, I am expressing my First Amendment right of freedom of expression and freedom of speech. And if they're good cops, which most of them are, they'll just drive away. Don't incite a riot. Don't get all pissed. Don't, get up in the face of a cop and get all up in, and tell him this. And don't do that. Don't do that. They don't need that. You don't need the hassle. They don't need to have a bad day, and neither do you. What you need to do is you need to get up in the faces of these politicians, better yet, and you need to tell them, look, here's what you're going to do. I challenge anybody out there. I challenge anybody to go to your school districts. I don't care if it's you alone or you've got 20 or 30 people behind you, 30 parents behind you. You go to that school district and you tell them, get rid of Common Core now, period. End of sentence. Get rid of it. If not, we're pulling our kids out of this school and we're going to homeschool them. Or we're going to take them to a private school. You start threatening these school districts with pulling out their commodities, and your child is a commodity to these school districts because they don't get their money in the budgets next year for sick kids, not there, people moving. Yeah, it all depends on the butts in the seats, and your kids in those seats in those classrooms are equal big money to these school districts. So you start threatening to pull them out and tell them, get rid of Common Core, get back to simple basics, and teach our children what they need to know in a very simple and effective and efficient way. Then we'll consider bringing our kids back to this school. By the way, have you heard in some areas, and you can go to startpage.com and punch this in. Some schools in some areas have closed because their excuse is, oh, the budgets or tax money or whatever. No. You know what it was? Some of it was, not all of it, but some of it was the fact that those schools weren't teaching the kids what the parents wanted. You're responsible for your children. Not the schools, not the government, not CPS, not anybody else. You, the parent, you, mom, dad, parent, you responsible for your kids. You go to that school district and you tell them exactly what you want done. And if they don't do it, you threaten them. I'll pull my kid out if you don't do it. And I'll round up other parents and make sure that they pull their kids out because you're teaching Common Core, this crap that we don't need our kids to know. We need them to know simple stuff. 1 + 1 = 2. 2 × 2 is 4. We need them to do that. Reading, writing, and arithmetic, not this Common Core New World Order bullcrap, Agenda 21 Sustainable Development bullcrap. We need you to teach our children exactly what we want you to teach our children. And if you can't handle that, we'll take them out and put them into private school. Oh, you start threatening them. And I know I'm angry. I'm big on education. My mother was in the school district in Stockton, California. I know teachers. Some of my relatives were teachers. But I'll tell you what. You as a teacher, you as an instructor, you as a professor, better understand one very important thing, and that is this. You better do what is right, not what is convenient for the district or for your curriculum. You better do what is right. I've heard of professors and teachers take up the curriculum, crumple it up, throw it in a garbage can, and do what was right. So you better start standing up and do what's right for the sake of the educational for the education of those students you have in your class. You better do what's right. And if your bosses in your schools or in your districts are asking you, why are you not teaching the curriculum? You tell them, because I'm doing what's right, not what you want done. Oh, we got to stand up to this, folks. I know I'm telling people what to do and all this, and I don't like to, and I don't like being told what to do, blah, blah, blah. And I know this. I understand this. All of that is suggestions. I'm just telling you what I would do, what I see is happening, how I see people are doing things in very small ways, by the way. But I have seen this. And the more that I see parents standing up for the sake of their children, the more that I see parents getting out into the streets and doing what is right for the sake of their communities, I'm seeing more changes take place. Some states have already, the school districts and the counties and the states have already there are some that have gotten rid of Common Core. They said, we don't want this in our state, and they kicked it out. They're not going to teach it. They're not going to use that curriculum. So I'm seeing a lot of push away from this garbage. You know? So hey, I made a very short podcast into a much longer podcast. So if you have any questions, concerns, comments, even if you disagree with me, I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that. Email me, freeamericaradio@usa.com. freeamericaradio@usa.com. I'm okay if you disagree. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm okay. I'll admit to it. No big deal. It's called responsibility. It's called Mama Didn't Raise No Fool. But did your mama raise a fool? Figure that one out. Anyway, you can come join me on the Views Expressed live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern, on freeamericaradio.us and on wakingupthemasses.com. And it's also micro broadcasting through the Chickamauga, Georgia area on 1610 AM on your radio dial. Just a whole bunch of stuff going on, so I'm going to be sharing that on the Views Expressed live today. I'll talk about this Common Core stuff as well. Come join me probably around, well, no, I've made an executive decision. Come join me on the Views Express live today at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern at freeamericaradio.us. That's freeamericaradio.us. And yeah, we'll just go from there on this hump day on the 2nd of April 2014. Can you believe it's already April already, folks? Next thing you know, we'll be hearing Christmas music in a couple of months. Holy crap, what the hell is up with that? But anyway, I know I don't want to stress your day out talking about Christmas already, right? Because anyway, yes, come join me on the Views Express live. freeamericaradio.us is the website. freeamericaradio@usa.com is the email. So I will talk to you then. Enjoy your hump day. And, hey, love someone. They need it. Talk to you later.
The Views Expressed. The high-caliber, armor-piercing Halotip round that pierces right through your soul. Every weekday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time on Spreaker.com.
What we see is not always the truth. Lies, deceit, cover-ups. This is the world we live in. It is not reality. It is distorted reality. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker. Distorted Reality with Nick Tucker on Facebook and distortedreality.podbean.com. For more information about the Free America Radio Network, go to freeamericaradio.us or email freeamericaradio@usa.com.